And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream here on the channel. It's been 2 weeks since I've done a live, I feel, roughly. So hope everyone is doing well. It is March 16th. March Madness began today, and Madness is happening in March in terms of movies and shows coming out. We're right in the thick of it. March is like a soft launch in my mind of summer movie season. It's like the tease, the pre-summer, because April is one of the slowest months not of the year, but damn near of the year for like new content coming out. So we got to deal with that. But hey, we'll get through April and then May, June, July, August. Smooth sailing in terms of movies every week. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Let me know in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'm here to answer your questions in a good old fashioned Q&A. So yeah, fire off your questions. I'll answer as many as I can here on this stream. And to guarantee that I get to your questions or comments, Super Chat is the way to go, because I won't be able to get to everything. So Super Chat's the way to go if you want to guarantee, if you have a burning question you want me to answer. And it's also a way to help support the channel quite a bit. But welcome in, everybody. I see we have 30 people in here. Welcome in. Hit that like button if you guys are just joining. It helps out quite a bit. And let's get into the questions. Let's do this thing. Let's see. Jedi Connor says, music question, if you don't mind. Do you think Harry Styles' new album, Harry's House, is bringing the 80s comeback? I love that album, and I love Harry Styles, and I'm not ashamed to say it. But yeah, I could see it. You know, I could see that for sure. I love 80s music as well. So, I mean, Harry's House was a hit, and I'm excited for the show, I believe, is Niall Horan's new album coming out in June. So, yeah, I could see that for sure. Even though I don't think the 80s went anywhere for music, I think that it's always lived on. We got to keep watch burn from Gavin. I love answering these. Spider-Verse, Incredibles, Big Hero 6. You know, I enjoy all three of these movies. I will burn Big Hero 6 because I've seen it the least. Even though I really enjoy that movie, I'll burn Big Hero 6. I will keep... Is this controversial? I might keep the Incredible... shoot. I'll keep Spider-Verse because it might be a little more rewatchable. And I'll just watch The Incredibles. But still, I love me all two of those movies. Big Hero 6 is really solid, but I wouldn't say I love Big Hero 6. I've never seen Money Heist. Did I watch the Oscars? I had them on as background noise. So like I was present. I was like, oh, I'm not going to cover the Oscars. And I was like anti-Oscars, but I had them on. There's nothing else for background noise. I was like, I might as well throw these on. So I got to see, you know, Everything Ever All at Once won Best Picture. That was cool. Very cool. Keep watch burn. Well, I have to burn Hard Target here because I actually, you know what? I will keep Spider-Man 2. I will actually watch Hard Target because I've never seen it, and then I'll burn Cocaine Bear. So that's my way to get around that one. Even though I haven't seen Hard Target, I still found a way to answer the question. What are your thoughts on James Gunn directing Superman Legacy? I'm down. I think that James Gunn is one of the best comic movie directors out there. I mean, he's got Guardians 1, The Suicide Squad, Guardians 2, solid. Peacemaker is an incredible TV show in terms of the comic book genre. And like that show doesn't get enough credit. So I feel like I trust him fully. I think that he's got a plan for DC. He's going to get it done. And I have full faith in him directing Superman Legacy. So we'll see. I know that he loves the character Superman, and I think that it's like a passion project for him in many ways. So I think that it will deliver. I'm not too concerned, but also that's like, I'm not like over the moon hype for Superman Legacy. Like, there's so many other movies coming out that I'm going to watch before then that I'm way more excited for. So yeah, it'll get here, and I hope that, you know, that movie's good, but I'm not like dying to watch it right now or anything like that, if that makes sense. What are my thoughts on the Zack Snyder tweet? Yeah, the Snyder cultists, they're out in full force on Twitter, I saw. I don't really care about the tweet. Like, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't care. That's my thoughts on it. I don't care. I'm not a huge Zack Snyder fan, and the whole like saying the name Zack Snyder anymore, unfortunately, it like gives me a headache, honestly, just talking about anything related to DC and Snyder. So it is what it is. View with Drew, what's going on? Starcourt Food Court, my boy, what's going on? Yeah, through the first day, halfway through the first day, and less than 1%. Yeah, that's how it is. Those things are impossible to get perfect, and I honestly don't think we'll ever see a perfect bracket. I really don't. Never. Quantumania or Fury of the Gods? Good question. I'm going to take a sip of water before I answer it. As hot of a take as it may be, I'd prefer Quantumania over Fury of the Gods, but I actually like Quantumania. A lot of people don't. So Fury of the Gods is very fun. It's very much... I put out a review. You guys should go check it out, by the way. It's been out for a few hours, but I think Quantumania is just I like it a little more. I like the character. And when it pulls down to it, they're very similar movies. Family is at the core. They have their fun beats, and they're similar to their predecessors. They're the first and second Ant-Man film have the same vibes as the third. The first Shazam film has the same vibes as the second. In terms of it, though, it comes down to which character I like more. I like Scott Lang a little more than Billy Batson, so that's why I pick Quantumania. Even though I enjoy both, they're kind of similar in a weird way. Let's see. Elwood Bricks, what's going on? Ryan, what's going on? What's your favorite Stranger Things season? Season 4. Season 4. It's not only the most epic in scale, but it is the most emotional. I felt there were multiple experiences I had watching it where I was like, this is almost out of body. Like the Dear Billy scene, and then of course the whole entirety of episode 9, pretty much. It's just we were all witnessing, I should say, history when we watched season 4, and I can only imagine what they have in store for us for the final season. I'm very excited. Jason Cruz, what's good, bro? How you doing, man? Glad to see you in here. Let's see. Favorite Star Wars show? Good question, Cobra Guy. And that actually opens the door to a little conversation that we need to have. I love Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and season 7 especially is great. But I think that I was confident in saying, I don't know why I can't speak right now. I was confident and comfortable in saying that The Mandalorian was my favorite before season 3 started. Now I can't say it as confidently until we get the rest of the episodes. We're 3 episodes into The Mandalorian, and episode 2 is the best so far, but episode 3 was a little weird, not gonna lie. Like, Mando and Bo-Katan are pretty much in it for about 10 minutes, and it's the whole hour episode. They're building up Dr. Pershing as a character, but I thought they were going a certain route with it, and I was like, oh shoot, this is a build up for the return of Moff Gideon. And they didn't go that route, and then it just felt kind of wasted. And I feel like this show, to me right now, is lacking a little bit of urgency. Like, there's only 8 episodes. This isn't a show that comes out every 9 months or every year. We haven't had a season since 2020, and we have 8 episodes of it. It's over about a month from now, a month and 3 days from right now. The Mandalorian's over for the foreseeable future, and it's just like, let's pick up the pace here. Look, I get having patience in these shows. I don't see where we're headed, and if I'm looking at the other 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, there was a much clearer goal at this point in time. The main objective of season 3 seems to have been resolved through the second episode, which I was happy for, because it was like, okay, let's get to what the season's actually about. Well, we're through 3 eps. We have 5 left, and it doesn't feel like there's really a clear direction or trajectory for where we're headed, which does have me concerned. Again, I have full faith in the show to stick the landing, but it's hard sometimes. It's difficult sometimes with shows that are week to week to just not have urgency. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's almost like we're lollygagging right now. Let's get to the point. Let's figure out what is the objective of the season, and let's head there, instead of just having a 45-minute episode about the New Republic and Pershing. Like, I don't get it. I just don't. It's a little irritating, to be honest, but I'm still watching every week. I'm not making videos about the show anymore, but I am watching every week, and there's a slim chance I'll make a reaction video for the finale, but I discontinued the reaction series, probably for the better. I mean, if I had reacted to the past 2 episodes, there really wouldn't have been much of a video. I would have just been like, okay, so water. If I had to rank the episodes so far of The Mandalorian, I'd go episode 2 of season 3, episode 2, episode 1, and then episode 3. But again, we haven't had any that are like outstanding from season 3. By the way, if you guys are in here, hit that like button. See, we have 36 people in here, so hit that like button. It helps out a lot. Super chat's also the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, or concern. I am trying to get to as many of these as I can. Alrighty. Continuing on. Network 98, what's going on? Ryan, what's going on? Austin, Junior Films Extra. CJ, what's good? Yes, I will never forget Network 98. I will never forget, trust me. I've never seen Big Little Lies. Let's see. You want me to rank the Star Wars shows worst to best? Okay, I got you. The ones I've seen are Rebels, Clone Wars, Andor, Mando, Boba Fett, and Obi-Wan. So let me do that. I have this right here, and I'll write them down for you guys as I continue talking. So There's a clear 1 and 2, and then from there it gets a little tricky. I'm actually going to I'm writing down right now. So number 1's obvious, number 2, and then you've got number 3. They're kind of interchangeable right now, so I'm going to put a little arrow by them. Then I would go with this one. What else is there? Disney Plus live action. We've got Boba Fett is one of them. And then, okay, yeah, that's fair. All right, so let me get this straight. We have the 2 animated shows I've seen are The Bad Batch is one too. That's another one. Shoot. Okay. This is tough. I'll put that there. Okay. All right. I want it on the record. I haven't caught up on The Bad Batch season 2. I'm pretty far behind. I've only seen the first 2 episodes, but I'm going to wait. At this point, we're almost to the end of the season. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to binge watch all of the Bad Batch episodes at once. That's my plan. So for those wondering, that's my plan of conquering the Bad Batch. But here's my ranking from bottom to top. This might be controversial, and I don't really care, but now that it's been a year, in May, it's been a year since it came out. It needs to be said. So number 7, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It was one of the biggest disappointments in my life. I pray to God that I never have that happen to me again in terms of I fear deep down inside me that Indiana Jones 5 will be Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I try to suppress that thought so that it doesn't happen. But by the way, I might have weird Wi-Fi right now. Let me get off the Wi-Fi on my phone. But I hope to God that never happens. But hey, Obi-Wan's in last. Then I go Book of Boba Fett, which is only higher than that because it has 2 episodes that are incredible. The 5th ep is basically Mando's episode, chapter 17, I should say. And then the 6th episode gives us Luke training with Grogu. That's why it's above Obi-Wan. At number 5, I actually go The Bad Batch, which is crazy because I'm not watching the 2nd season right now, so I can't confirm or deny it. Season 1, though, had Cad Bane, Fennec, a lot of great expansion of the Order 66 lore and things that I enjoyed more so than the previous 2 that I just mentioned. But again, that feels like appropriate to put there. Number 4, Star Wars Rebels. You guys should check it out if you haven't seen it. It's a great show. It's going to be very important to watch, I assume, a month from now when we get these characters not only in Mando but in Ahsoka by the end of the year. Number 3, I'm going to Andor. Great show. One of the better shows of last year and some of the best written Star Wars material. But this is my favorite list. By the way, my Wi-Fi again might be tweaking, so I don't even know if you guys can hear me right now. But I'll wait a second, actually. Okay, there. I think the logo went back. But number 2, Mando, and number 1, Clone Wars. Those are kind of interchangeable depending on the day. So right now, I can't put Mando at number 1. Clone Wars is literally made a trilogy of films stronger, so I got to go with that. Junior Film Extra says, do you think Sydney will return in Scream 7? No Scream 6 spoilers, please. This is interesting because it's like she wasn't in Scream 6 because of behind-the-scenes issues, nothing to do with like her character. So if they can sort out a thing where they pay her, or I don't know, if I feel like she'll be in the last Scream movie they do. If 7's the last one they ever do, then she'll be in it. But I don't think she needs to show up till the very last one they do. That's just my opinion. By the way, it feels good to be back. I love doing these live streams. I know there's 40 of you in here right now, so I hope everyone's doing well on this Thursday. It's fun. I like doing these. I just don't do them all the time, but it's just fun for me. So keep the questions coming. We'll hang out for a while here tonight. I'm probably gonna watch Rambo 3. I'm on a Stallone kick right now. And that's tonight's entertainment when I end this. I'm watching Rambo 3. So hell yeah to that, actually. I'm working my way through the Rambo series for the first time right now. But onward we move. And again, Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee that I get to your question or comment. And apologies, I'm actually going to pull up my phone. Is the Wi-Fi really that bad right now? I don't know what's going on. Let's check it. Let's check it out, and then I'll get to this next question from Tobin Bell. 46 of you guys in here. Let's see. I don't know what's going on. Okay, yeah. I think the website's just tweaking because it looked fine there. So, Tobin Bell, I want to play a game. Sam Does Stuff says, yo, this is recorded entertainment. Well, good to know. Good to know, Sam. I will note that. Thank you. Favorite Star Wars movie is A New Hope. A New Hope. When do I think Stranger Things 5 is coming out? I would love it if it came out in 2024, but I'm a little bit on. I lean early 2025. I know that sucks, and that's a long, long time away. But I am going in with that mindset so that I can't be disappointed. Because then if it comes out in 25, it's like, okay, that's what I had set in mind. I know they're hoping to get it out probably in the summer of 2024, and I would love that, and I want that. But I predict 2025, like May, which I know is a long time, but think about how long the visual effects took for season 4, and I think they're going to go even bigger. So I predict that personally, but we'll see. I think there's hope that it comes out next year, like 50-50. Top 10 Disney Channel shows. In no order, I will go Even Steven, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place. Phineas and Ferb has to be on there. I'll go That's So Raven was great. I would go that's tough. I mean, these are all Disney Channel originals. I'm trying to think of, is Disney XD, does that count? Disney Channel. Those are all like some of the ones that I watch the most, unless I'm forgetting any. Oh, I liked Sunny with a Chance. I liked this one called like Phil of the Future, I believe. That was a lot of you guys probably don't even know what that is, but that was a thing. So those are a few. Senior says, just joined. Have you seen the early reviews for Shazam? I have. I actually have seen Shazam. You should check out my review. It's the most recent video I posted is my Shazam review. So if you guys are in here and you want to know my thoughts in depth on Shazam: Fury of the Gods, you should go check out my review. I would put the link in here, but I don't. Actually, you know what? I will. I'll put the link in the chat. Everyone should go watch that video. Here you go. You ready? Copy link. Everyone watch the review after or during, honestly. And there you go. That's my review of Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Go watch it, hit the like button on it, and that would mean a lot. So yeah, continuing on. I know I'm very behind in the chat, by the way. I'm going to get to as many of these as I can, and I can't emphasize this enough. Super chat is the way to go, because I know I can't get to all these, but super chat's a guarantee that I can get to them. All right. 80s definitely lives on, 100%. Yep. Touching on what we were talking about earlier. We got the Burger King account in the house. A classic running gag here in the streams, I feel. Gotta love it. By the way, 50 people in here. Welcome in, everybody. Means a lot. Yeah, I'm down for. I hope that Ghostbusters sequel's good. I really liked Afterlife. I enjoyed it. It was a blast, So I think that I hope that isn't that movie supposed to come out at the end of the year? Maybe the following year, but I think that movie's actually supposed to come out this year, so I don't know, but we'll see. Okay. Spider-Man 1 or 2? Spider-Man 1. That's kind of a hot take, I believe, but I fully believe it with my chest. See, I saw an M in the cinematic universe. Boom, my mind went to Marvel. M-A-R, actually. M-A-R-V-E-L, and then Mario. So Mario Cinematic Universe. Yeah, and I watched actually the other day, I was just scrolling on TikTok, and I saw like a clip of the cast on TikTok, and then it led me to the actual YouTube video. It's like 20 minutes, and they were talking about how there's a lot of Easter eggs to a Nintendo Cinematic Universe. And I ever wonder if they're going to do like a Sonic versus Mario type thing. I feel like that would be cool. Because you know how they have like those, what are they called? That like Olympic game. Did you guys ever play it, like Olympic game, Sonic versus Mario? What if they made like a movie, Sonic versus Mario somehow, like a Batman versus Superman type thing? That would be pretty cool, but I doubt they'll ever do that. But that would be amazing. I would love it, actually. All right, let's do a little speed round. Let's do a speed round, I feel. Let me take a sip of water. Actually, I'll answer a few, and then I see a good one to start the speed round on. All right. Why did you start your channel? I started my channel because I had watched a lot of channels for a long time, and I was like, I could do this. I don't know why I'm not, actually. I just talk about movies all the time anyway. I go buy Blu-rays. I do a bunch of things regarding movies and TV shows, so I might as well make a platform for it. And that's why I started my channel, really, is because I wanted to have an outlet for all that, which is, I know that is sounds, I cannot speak today. That sounds pretty run-of-the-mill, right? But it's a fact. I was like watching the flick pick videos, like the flick trips in like high school. It was like 2014. I was like a freshman in high school. And I was like watching his videos, and I would always ask my friends, should I start a YouTube channel? I was like so scared about editing and everything. And then eventually I just did it and learned. You just learn with each video and piece of content you put out. You just learn more about it. So it takes a lot of time to get comfortable. I know I've said that before, but eventually it just comes naturally, I feel. So practice makes perfect. I believe in that. I have not seen RRR, Gabby. I have not, but a lot of people have recommended it to me. Let's see. Favorite Superman movie? Man of Steel, probably. I have not seen Sonic Prime. How is Mando F3? I kind of touched on that earlier. The worst one of season 3 with ease. Am I excited for Tarantino's final film? I am. Yeah, the movie critic. Interesting choice, I feel, to go with that for his last movie. Even though I've listened to podcasts with him saying like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood would have been the perfect last movie. It's like I wish he could have made that last in a way, because that would be a perfect send off, right? But I think the movie critic is going to be like, I haven't read much into it, but if I had to guess, once we get more details, it sounds like it might be more of a comedy type film, I would say. Like, I feel like, because I'm looking at what Tarantino's done. He's done the crime drama stuff, westerns, the samurai, epic Kill Bill. And then he did like, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood about making movies. And then he's got like a war movie. He's done all the genres pretty much, right? So I feel like it would be cool if he just did a straight up comedy, because movies are funny anyway. What if he just full sent on like a comedy? That'd be pretty cool. Okay. Hope you're doing well too, Ryan. Welcome in. Who's your favorite Ant-Man villain? Kang. Of the ones in the movie, Kang with ease, actually. Favorite season of The Flash? I've never seen The Flash. Never seen The Flash, and I probably never will. I watched one episode a long time ago, though. I just don't get them throwing away the whole arc and huge ending of season 2 with a couple of episodes in Boba Fett. I actually kind of feel that. Like, it's a little weird. It actually is extremely weird that they continued it in Boba Fett. I get it's like a cinematic universe type thing, but at the same time, I don't know. In retrospect, it does feel strange and especially almost rushed that this huge emotional moment at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian was just meaningless in a way, if you will. It's at least from the viewer, right? Because I know Favreau and Filoni have said, "Oh, it's like they went years without seeing each other." I'm talking about Grogu and Mando, by the way. But as a viewer, it felt like what, a week or two, maybe. So they need to do a better job of stating the timeline, in my opinion. And I think the one thing I would love is if The Mandalorian opened each season with an opening crawl. Not like bam, ba ba bam, but like Solo, right? You just put text on the screen and explain. It's been, Din Djarin has been like, since departing with Grogu, Din Djarin, like, just give us something in your little Star Wars dialect, write it in the language of Star Wars, and update us on where the hell we are in the timeline. That's what I wish they would do, but I don't know if they will. By the way, we have our first super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. From Rama Tut. Biggest movie hot take you got / guilty pleasure movie? Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. I will say, a guilty pleasure movie of mine. It's a series of movies, actually. And well, first of all, let me say this. I don't feel like National Treasure 1 and 2 are guilty pleasures to me. I know they have like bad Rotten Tomato scores, but I love the movies, and I don't feel like guilty about it, because I know I actually think they're really good movies. I really do, in my bottom of my heart. Saw, on the other hand, the first Saw, incredible. The sequels and like the whole franchise is like a guilty pleasure of mine, because I know they're bad movies, but they're so fun to watch with the Pretty Much It commentary tracks and just enjoy in a weird way. And now I don't derive satisfaction from watching these disgusting kills. That's not what it is. The human characters and just the stupidity, and just there's something about the Saw franchise that is just entertaining to me. And it's a guilty pleasure franchise for me, definitely. I would also say the Final Destination movies for the very same reason. The first movie is actually really good. 2's not bad, but 4 is atrocious. 3 is 5 is what really, like, Final Destination 5 has unironically one of the best twists I've ever seen in a movie. That's all I'm going to say. But if you know, you know. Don't spoil it in the chat, please. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. And if you guys want to guarantee that I get to your questions, because I'm trying to get to as many as I can, super chat's the way to go. All right. And hit that like button if you guys are in here. Hit that like button. And on the replay, I know a lot of you guys are on different time zones. So if you're on the replay, let me know. All right. Where was I? Trying to find my spot. Who's my favorite female Marvel character? I think it's a tie between two, Grace. It is between Yelena and Kate Bishop, and I love their interaction so much in Hawkeye that it's one of those two, really and truly. I think that it's not close. Like, they're just the best. But you know who, honorable mention, Monica Rambeau is great, and I can't wait to see her in the Marvels. She was the scene stealer and the spotlight in WandaVision for me personally. And I loved the episode where we saw everything from her perspective, but then the show went off the rails and kind of sucked at the end. But there were moments of WandaVision that I really liked, I will admit. Chris, do you think Stranger Things could cross over universes? No, I don't. I mean, something like that's cool in concept, but you know what would be cool? A Netflix cinematic universe, right? But it doesn't affect the canon. Like, this is a non-canonical thing that just exists for fun for like 8 episodes, where we get to see like a character from Outer Banks and Stranger Things and Cobra Kai and you just all thrown into something. It would never happen, but it would be fun. Would you rather keep, watch, burn Wednesday, Cobra Kai, Stranger Things? In the order that they're presented is what I'm doing. So I'll keep Stranger Things, I'll watch Cobra Kai, I'll burn Wednesday. Most gory movie you've seen, that's going to go to the Saw movies probably. But in Saving Private Ryan and Hacksaw Ridge are really gory, like realistic sort of war films I've seen. I've loved Ted Lasso, Allie. I haven't watched the season 3 premiere yet. I know that came out yesterday. I will watch it probably tonight, actually. I love Ted Lasso. It's a great feel-good show. I actually have Ted Lasso back there behind my right shoulder. Ted Lasso is a Funko Pop on my shelf. So, yeah, great show. I think I was somewhere up here when I also realized that I'm just totally like all out of sorts right now in terms of order of the chat. I'm getting to these as fast as I can. Okay, I think I kind of am back on track. I see where I am, but I wanted to look above that before I moved on. Okay. Moving on. I appreciate that, Allie. Yeah. Top Gun Maverick is just, it's the best. I wish it won Best Picture. Okay. Withers on Deck or That's So Sweet Life? I don't remember the details of them, but I think That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana probably is just more classic. How did I like The Last of Us? I haven't finished. I am still not caught up with The Last of Us, crazy as that may sound. Sip of water, sorry. I've watched the first 5 episodes, and then I watched them all live. And then something happened the week of episode 6 where I couldn't watch it live, and then I just was like, oh, I'll catch up on the Sunday. And then that happened. That became a trend. So I've only seen 5 of the 9 Last of Us episodes. I'm 4 behind. I will watch them in one sitting at some point. I really, really, really like the show, but I don't know if this makes me sound like what am I trying to say? Like, I played The Last of Us in January and then The Last of Us 2, so I was almost Last of Us out. I plural that, like almost like, overdosed on The Last of Us. Does that make sense? I played the game back to back, and I was literally in that world for so long, and I loved the story so much. And then it was like, I love The Last of Us show. I'm not even really taking a shot at it here, but I have heard that the last 4 episodes are pretty much the game. So like my sense of urgency to watch it immediately when I was doing other things on Sunday night was just not there. Not taking anything away from the show. It's fantastic, literally. The sense of urgency is there. Like, I know what's going to happen and it's going to be great. I just have to sit down and watch it. Does that make sense? That's kind of how I feel right now. Would I rate Scream 6 out of 10? Pretty high. Out of probably like a 9 out of 10. I really liked it. It's a 4.5 out of 5 for me. So yeah, 9 out of 10. Damn good film. Scream over Halloween all day for me personally. 10 reasons why Indy 5 will be good. All one words. I'll do 10. So 10 words. 10 words as to why Indiana Jones 5 will be good. Harrison Ford said, "This one rules." And he cried talking about it. There you go. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm excited. Very excited. I wish I loved Obi-Wan Kenobi for those in the chat. I just never did. Who wins in a fight, the Demogorgon or Mr. Miyagi? I'll be honest with you. If Mr. Miyagi is wielding a weapon, he's not beating that thing with his bare hands. But if he's wielding a weapon, he has a pretty good shot. So I might say Miyagi. Yeah, I might. I mean, Hopper with a sword, Miyagi. Imagine Miyagi with like tiny, daggers or knives. I feel like Miyagi might be able to take him. Is that a hot take? I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting question. Favorite John Wick movie? I'm not going to spoil my ranking because my ranking is coming out the week the movie comes out, but it's between 2 of them. It's between 2 movies. That's what I will say. My top spot is between 2. All right. What's a video game you would like to see adapted into a movie or show? I would have to go with Jedi Fallen Order. I would love them to do a Cal Kestis show or movie, and have his character brought into live action somehow, because he deserves it. He's fantastic. And about a month and a week or so from now, we're getting the second Jedi game, Jedi Survivor. I actually bought the book the other day. I'm going to start reading that very soon. I'm on a reading kick again, so I finished the Ralph Macchio book, and the next two books I'm reading are Matthew McConaughey's book, Green Lights, and I think it's called Battle Scars, the Jedi prequel to the upcoming game, filling in the gaps between Fallen Order and Survivor. Solely Streams, what's good? What's the best St. Patrick's Day movie, and why is it Luck of the Irish on Disney Channel? That's the only answer. And I think I have seen parts of that movie years ago, so I barely remember it. But that is what I remember as a kid on Disney Channel. They would always air the commercials for Luck of the Irish around that time of year. So that has to be the answer, right? I can't think of any other. That's like the definitive St. Patty's Day movie, I feel. Great question. Hello there, Hammer Studios. How you doing? Ben, what's going on? I love your Cobra Kai stuff. Well, thank you. I love the classic Karate Kid poster as your profile pic. And by the way, here's this is again. If you guys are in here, you should check out my Shazam Fury of the Gods review, out now. Where was I? There it was. What's better, Halloween Ends or Scream 6? Scream 6 blows Halloween Ends out of the water. Who's the worst Stranger Things character? It might just be Angela. It might be Angela. Who's your favorite actor to meet in Cobra Kai? They were all awesome to meet, but I think my favorite interaction was actually with Martin Cove. Just because he talked to me the longest, but also he was like giving me details about his experience with the show and literally saying lines to my face. Like, that is something I will just forever cherish. How am I enjoying Mando? I talked about this a lot earlier in the stream. Miguel or Tori Miguel, for sure. Top 5 Pixar villains. Lotso, Hug and Bear. I'm looking at my Pixar shelf over there. Lotso, he's the best by far. I would actually say no. Lotso's number 1. I would then go Syndrome from The Incredibles. I would then go with Randall from Monsters Inc. Then these are in kind of an order, I guess. Who are some other ones I would say? Maybe the Prospector from Toy Story 2. He's a damn good villain. I thought I just saw a bug in my room and it freaked me out. Ooh, those are good. Anton Ego's not as much of a villain, really. Bruce the Shark's not really a villain that much either. Sid from Toy Story, like 3 Toy Story villains. I mean, they're all elite. Randall and then Syndrome, probably. Those are probably the best. For sure. This is valid. And I've seen this TikTok before where it's like, watching my team get whooped by 21 in the fourth quarter, and it's like whopper. Yeah, it's a trigger for a lot of people. Oh, man. Where was I? Already 33 minutes in. These streams fly by, so I appreciate you guys hanging out in here. We're still going for a while, by the way, so hit that like button. Keep the questions coming, and we have 35 people in here, so let's hit 35 likes if we haven't already. What else? And yeah, Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to these. I'm getting to as many as I can. All right. Hot take, only the Super Mario movie and the Little Mermaid movie make $1 billion. I know the Little Mermaid's gonna make $1 billion. Like, I am so confident. I wish you could bet money on the future odds of a movie making $1 billion, because the Little Mermaid is guaranteed that in my eyes. It has the Memorial Day weekend slots. It already, hell, The Lion King and Aladdin did $1 billion. This is in the same light. Beauty and the Beast did $1 billion. It's in the same light where it's like the golden era of Disney animated films. It's going to do $1 billion. I think Super Mario does close to $1 billion too. I agree, but I could see one of the MCU movies cracking $1 billion. I don't know. That's tough though. Maybe Guardians 3. I don't know. There's like a weird MCU, buzz right now. People aren't as hyped, so I don't know. I could see Fast X doing $1 billion just because it's a Fast and Furious movie. I could see that one doing $1 billion. Yeah, this was a childhood game. I played it on my DS as a kid. Very fun game. Favorite live action Disney remake? Probably The Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast, Cruella, if that counts. Those are 3 of mine that come to mind. Top 5 favorite OG Karate Kid characters: Daniel, Johnny, Miyagi. I like Allie, and then I'll go OG. Are we doing trilogy or just the first movie? If we're doing trilogy, I probably would also say I like Silver, Terry Silver, and Kreese, of course. You excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Absolutely. I think it's going to be the best MCU movie of the year, for sure. Very excited. Where the hell was I? There I was. Okay, top 10 MCU villains. Okay, I won't do 10 just because that's a lot, but Thanos, Defoe's Green Goblin, Vulture, Loki before he turned into a hero. And then I will give you Wen Wu's pretty good from Shang-Chi. I'm definitely forgetting some because that was off the top of my head. But yeah, Billy or Stu, give me Stu. Stu's the best Ghostface, and he's one of, if not the best characters in the entire damn franchise. He's up there for sure. Okay, where was I? Do you think Scream 7 could come out next year? I do. I was talking about that with my friend who's in the chat right now, Starcourt Food Court himself. Yeah, it'll probably come out next year. I would love that, actually. If it came out like Halloween time next year, that would be nice. If they start filming it later this year, drop at Halloween time next year, ooh, I would love that. What's a movie? Okay, kind of counting off that, I'll say I think there's an outside shot Mission Impossible 7 does $1 billion, but I doubt it. But we'll see. I don't know. I just don't know. I think Tom Cruise has that pull, especially after Top Gun Maverick. But at the same time, I don't know. Hell, a lot of people have seen the Mission Impossible movies. They usually do really well at the box office, so I could see it doing pretty big numbers at the box office. Actually, great question, Alex. Have you seen Spider-Man No Way Home since theaters? It plays quite different when you watch it alone at home. Still best Marvel movie since Endgame, even if that's not saying much. I have seen it a few times since theaters, and you're right, it plays a little different. The crowd impact is not there, and notably, there's like pauses. Like after Matt Murdock shows up and catches the brick, there's like a pause in the movie. I think clearly for applause. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a different watch, but I still definitely enjoy it too, and I think it is the best movie they've put out post Endgame for sure. And that's just my opinion. A lot of people would argue Shang-Chi, people would argue Wakanda Forever, but No Way Home to me is the best they've put out since then. Even Stevens all day, by the way. Even Stevens is like top tier Disney show for me. And the movie, the Even Stevens movie, childhood right there. Love it. Stranger Things season 2 or Cobra Kai season 2? Stranger Things season 2. I love Cobra Kai again, but it's almost unfair to ask me like Hopper or Johnny Hopper, but I love them both. But Hopper, he holds, he holds a more special place in my heart. He really does. So I love Hopper. Love Johnny too, but Hopper. All right. So rank all 4 MCU phases. Number 1 is going to be phase 3. It has Infinity War, Endgame, Civil War, and Homecoming, and Thor Ragnarok. Number 2 is going to be phase 2. Actually, we've got Guardians, Winter Soldier, Ant-Man, Age of Ultron. Number 3 is going to be phase 1 because we have the Avengers and Iron Man, which are 2 of my top 6 to 7 favorite. And then in last place will be phase 4, just because we had some great moments in No Way Home and Shang-Chi, but the bad far outweighed the good, and we got, just because we had the most quantity wise, it was the least quality phase. So that is my ranking of the phases. I have seen Real Steel, solid movie. I saw it in theaters actually, and then I bought the DVD. I don't own the DVD anymore because I sold off all my DVDs to get Blu-rays, and I just didn't pick that one up on Blu-ray. But I've seen it 2 or 3 times in my life. It's a really solid movie. I think Sean Levy. I just potato tomato. That's kind of how I view his name. I think the correct pronunciation is Sean Levy, I think, but I said Sean Levy forever, so I don't really know. I'll learn it eventually, but I honestly don't think it matters that much. I really enjoyed it. It's a great movie. Hugh Jackman's that guy. Favorite Spider-Man and Peter Parker as if they were separate. Andrew Garfield is my favorite Spider-Man. It changes pretty much daily for me, but I would have to say Tobey's a damn good Peter Parker, but they're both good Peters. I think Tobey might be the best Peter. I don't know. That's tough, but that's a good question. We do a ranking of mangled movies? Probably not, but I will rank the Indiana Jones movies for sure. I'll have a plethora of Indiana Jones content because I love that franchise, and I've only talked about it a few times, like legitimately on the channel. And so I will definitely be doing a re-ranking of the movies, a tier list of the characters, probably a villains ranking of sorts, and then um, a spoiler review of the movie and a review of the movie and an out of theater reaction to the movie. A lot of Indiana Jones content at the end of this, or middle of the summer. Comes out at the end of June. Very pumped. Which Cobra Kai character would be funny interacting with John B? With John B. Kyler. I think John B would want to kick his ass just like I do. So I'll go with that. Ooh, Game of Thrones season 1 or House of the Dragon season 1? Fire question. Game of Thrones season 1. And a lot of people disagree, but I love the way Game of Thrones season 1 set up the entire world. It had one of the most shocking kills in the 9th episode I've seen. It was a very intelligent season with the political backstabbing and action as well. And it's better to me. I like House of the Dragon season 1, but House of the Dragon season 1 was all over the place. Like, we jumped time between episodes a lot. That did not happen in Game of Thrones. It felt more contained, and it felt like easier to follow almost. I like Game of Thrones season 1 better. House of the Dragon season 1 was good though. I don't have a review of You season 4 part 2, but I have seen it. It's significantly better than part 1. Significantly better than You season 4 part 1. They should have done 7 episodes from You season 4 dropped at the same time, and then the last 3, because that would just have made more sense for those who have seen it. I won't spoil it. I enjoy 4 way more after seeing the back half. It's still the weakest season to me though, but I do think they need to end it after season 5. It can't keep going on. Hello, Nicholas. How you doing? Sam or Tara? I think Sam slightly, but I don't know. I think I like Sam a little bit more. Okay. I do not watch Riverdale. I've actually never seen Riverdale. Just watched Scream 1 through 3 for the first time after watching Scream 6. Absolutely love them and can't wait to watch Scream 4. Nice. So you watched Scream 6 first. So so I guess you kind of got spoiled for every movie, but how was that actually? I can't imagine how that was. How did that go for you? Were you confused? That's my question. What's the worst Best Picture winner you've seen? I can't think of them off the top of my head that I've seen, but I mean, the worst Best Picture winner I've seen? I don't know. I really don't. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one that was like, oh, that was bad. Probably The King's Speech, actually. That shouldn't have won Best Picture. It was a fine movie, but it should not have won Best Picture. Hector, how the hell you doing? Welcome in. Let's see. My stomach just rumbled a little bit. Aquafina or Kevin Hart? I don't know, honestly. That's very weird, strange to compare the two. I really don't know. I think maybe Kevin Hart. I don't know. I have seen not a lot of Kevin Hart movies. I like Aquafina in Shang-Chi though. Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. Step Brothers. Talladega Nights is funny, but I prefer Step Brothers. I do like Solo. Solo is a really slept-on Star Wars movie. Rogue One, I enjoy. I haven't seen it since Andor came out. I feel like I'd appreciate it a little more, actually. But yeah, I like them both. I think I need to rewatch Rogue One, having seen season 1 of Andor. I think I would appreciate it a lot more. But Solo is a movie that I hated when I first saw it. I was like, it's the worst Star Wars movie. Saw it in theaters, and then I watched it years later and actually enjoyed it. And I think that is something people should do, is give movies a chance years later and appreciate them more. Like the John Wick franchise, I watched all of them in 2020 and early January 2020, pretty much 2019, right? And it's 2023 now. And I was like, those movies were like, I like the first one, the second one's a little worse, third one was I rewatched all 3 and I was like, what was I thinking? This franchise kicks ass, and 4 was incredible. All right. By the way, hit that like button if you guys are in here. It helps out a lot. Check out my review of Shazam, and also feel free to send in a super chat to guarantee that I get to your question or comment or concern. Okay. What's your opinions on Friends? My girlfriend watches it. It's entertaining. I don't think it's great. I may watch it all one day just to say I watched it. But in terms of sitcoms, it's not on my personal list that high. I've not seen it all, and it's not the funniest show I've ever seen, but it's kind of a feel-good show, I guess, but I do think it's extremely overrated, and I stand by that. If Steve had a fight with Jason, who would win? Are you referring to Steve Harrington and Jason from season 4 of Stranger Things? Like Jason, the guy who gets torn in half in the last episode, the guy who is dating Chrissy. Like, is that who you're referring to? If so, it's hard because Steve gets his ass kicked a lot. But I would like to say Steve. I would still, I don't know. Like, if they fought hypothetically somewhere, I would want to say Steve, but I don't know. That's tough. The Even Stevens movie ruled. Yes, I have something special planned for the end of this month, so stay tuned for a likely vlog coming at the end of the month. The emoji is a hint. I haven't seen Alien Resurrection, but Alien 3 was atrocious. It was so bad. Sam Does Stuff says, do you think Dial of Destiny will be better than Temple of Doom? I believe it will be. Is that crazy? I think it has a potential to be better than... Look, I'm going to be real. I don't know if it can be better than Raiders or Crusade. Those are two of my favorite movies ever. I think it can be better than Temple of Doom and Crystal Skull. If it's better than Crusade or Raiders, well, first of all, I don't think any movie can be better than Raiders. A lot of them, like, there's no way it's going to be better than Raiders of the Lost Ark, but it can still be its own level of greatness. Like, it could top Crusade, but that would be a tall task. But I don't want to go in comparing it. I'm just going to go in hoping I love it. That's all I want. Opinions on Outer Banks. Love Outer Banks. P4L. I actually have a lot of videos on my channel talking about Outer Banks. A review of season 3, a tier list ranking of the characters. My favorite character is Pope. I love Pope. He's just that guy. He's so chill, and he's the brains of the group. And nothing will get done without Pope. So he's my favorite character for sure. But I love JJ too. John B's cool. Sarah Cameron. I mean, they're all great. I love their chemistry together. It's like OBX, I'm so far in now, I'm committed to the end. If they go 10 seasons, I'll be watching OBX season 10 one day. All right. I didn't really watch the Mutant Mayhem trailer. I don't think I'm interested. I probably will pass on the movie. Thoughts on Punisher returning? Hell yes. Hell yes. Where is he? I got him somewhere behind me. John Bernthal's Punisher is the man. I have the poster right over there. I love that man, and I want to rewatch The Punisher soon just because of that news, actually. I love The Punisher show. Is Shazam worth watching for my birthday? Well, I'll ask you this. Are you a fan of Shazam, DC, or superhero movies? If so, the answer is yes. It's a very fun time. 2 hours well spent. I think so. Okay. Who do I think will die in Stranger Things Season 5? I answered this question pretty much every stream, but I would have to say it's a toss-up for me. I can't see a world where unfortunately, I can't see a world where both Hopper and Eleven get out alive. That's kind of what I'm rocking with. So we'll see. Do I think Angela Bassett was snubbed at the Oscars? Yeah, I think she probably should have won. I don't really follow the Oscars that heavily, like leading up to it, but she was great in Wakanda Forever, and I've seen Everything Ever All at Once. Jamie Lee Curtis was like the 4th or 5th most memorable performance in the movie to me. I thought Michelle Yeoh, Keo Kwan, and the Stephanie, I can't pronounce her last name. Them 3 were better than her, but she wasn't bad or anything. But it's like I do think it is one of those cases where it was like career achievement award, which happens too often. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. But again, I'm not like mad. I'm like, oh, I hate Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, it's cool that she won an Oscar. I've seen episodes of The Big Bang Theory. Cam watches the show. I think it's like fine. Like I used to hate on it without having seen it, and then I watched them. I was like, it's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's definitely not great to me, at least from what I've seen. It's fine. Cobra Kai season 6. I would love if it released New Year's 2024, New Year's Day or around. That'd be great. But will it? I don't know. Let's see. Pick Stranger Things as a whole or Game of Thrones. Stranger Things as a whole, easily over all of Game of Thrones. Actually, like I don't even care. Like I love Game of Thrones. I know so much about the show. Watched it countless times, but I prefer Stranger Things. James Gunn directing Superman Legacy. I talked about that earlier. I'm down. I am down. I think that he will pour his heart and soul into it for sure. Do I think Marvel will fail? No, I don't. I think that no, they're not. When they put out an Avengers movie, it's going to do $2 billion. Best R-rated movie you've seen? That's hard to think of because probably Good Will Hunting, actually, if I had to say. just because that's one of my favorite movies, and that just so happens to be rated R. But there's so many R-rated movies I've seen. I used to, like, when I was younger, like 13, I would keep a list of my notes of like R-rated movies I've seen. Like, it was so risque. Now I watch just like almost exclusively R-rated and PG-13 movies. So yeah, who would win, Kyler or Steve? Steve, knock him out with the bat. Let's see. We'll go for like 10 more minutes here, so make sure to get your questions in. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to it. If you want to ask me something for sure that I can get to it, hit that like button. It helps out a lot. Hit that like button if you guys are in here. And yeah, keep them coming. Besides Ghostface, who's your favorite horror slasher? Good question. I don't really like. It's weird because Scream is like one of the few. Like, I'm very picky and selective with my horror franchises that I watch. Like, I've seen the Scream movies all more than once. Saw and Final Destination are franchises I enjoy. Halloween, I like. I've seen the first one and then the new trilogy. So I guess, like, I don't know. I've only seen one Nightmare on Elm Street movie, one Friday the 13th movie, both the originals. I would probably have to say Michael Myers, I guess. Like, I don't know. That seems about right, I guess. Michael Myers. But I don't like, but Ghostface is just the best to me, just because it's like there's actual every movie you're trying to figure out who it is in terms of I just don't love. I never loved the Halloween thing of he's like the embodiment of evil. Like, it just felt gimmicky, and I just never really I never it never felt like there was a purpose. It was like, oh, we're just gonna watch Michael Myers kill everybody, and then that was that. I just never bought into it. I know there's a lot of hardcore Halloween fans out there though, and I get it. People love it. Okay, let's see. Favorite childhood show. Drake and Josh is high on that list. I remember watching that all the time, but I also remember watching the Clone Wars on like Saturday morning, like, or Friday night or Saturday morning. I would either like record it or I would watch it live, and it was my jam. I love Clone Wars. Star Wars or Harry Potter? I prefer Star Wars just because of childhood. I didn't grow up with Harry Potter. Also, we've got great TV shows from Star Wars. We don't have any like Harry Potter TV shows really. I haven't seen Elvis yet. Is that bad? I still haven't seen Elvis. There's really no excuse at this point. I just haven't watched it. Give me Endgame over No Way Home, but it's sort of close, but I still think Endgame is better, and I actually take Infinity War over No Way Home as well as two other movies, Civil War and Iron Man. But No Way Home's still great. Still a great film. Let's see. Infinity War over Endgame. If you're asking who I prefer, Vecna. I prefer Vecna over Michael Myers. Thoughts on the upcoming Willy Wonka movie? Hell yeah. Timothy Chalamet is going to crush it. I think there's musical elements to the film. I'm down for that, and I have confidence it'll be really, really good. Rank Cobra Kai, Game of Thrones, Outer Banks, and Stranger Things from my least favorite to my favorite. Here we go. Outer Banks, Cobra Kai. Actually, Outer Banks. See, that's tough. Stranger Things is number one. Outer Banks is at the bottom, and then depending on the day, I guess you could interchange Game of Thrones and Cobra Kai. Because look, I understand Game of Thrones didn't sit the landing, but truly, for years of my life, I was watching Game of Thrones and loving it. I think I think I might lean Cobra Kai today nowadays, but Game of Thrones and Cobra Kai are really close, really close. How'd I respond to Brandon Fraser's win? Good for him. I was happy for him. Brandon Fraser is a really good dude. It's a great comeback story. I haven't seen The Whale, but very happy that he won that Oscar. I don't know if I'll see the new Willem Dafoe movie. I've heard of it, but I don't know if I'll be checking it out in theaters or anything. Who do I think is a better actor, Christian Bale or Hugh Jackman? Well, how about I just watch The Prestige and find out? No, it's so difficult to compare two actors like that. I don't know. I think they're almost on an equal playing field, and that movie is truth. It's literally a fact. It's evidence of that. The thing about Hugh Jackman is that man has some pipes. He can sing, especially in The Greatest Showman and Les Mis, but he's also Logan. I think that I might lean Hugh Jackman actually. He's got the better superhero movie performance. He's a singer, a performer. He is in The Prestige, and he's great in that, obviously. But he's in Prisoners as well. I might have to go Jackman in a close one. Christian Bale is incredible too, though. It's so tough. What's your favorite video game? NCAA Football 14, I think, is my favorite video game of all time. Probably logged the most hours on that one. Hot take: Harrison Ford's hot take. Best Harrison Ford movie is The Fugitive, my favorite movie. Fair enough, Carson. It's a great film. Tommy Lee Jones in that. Great movie, actually. I've only seen it once in my life, but I want to watch that again soon. It's on my Blu-ray wish list. I really liked it when I watched it. I think it was on the 100 Movies Project I did. I believe The Fugitive was one of those movies, and damn good film. Yeah, great stuff. Favorite Nolan movie? I actually go Inception, with The Prestige being a close second. Those are my two favorites. I still haven't seen The Fabelmans. I know I got to watch it, but I will eventually. What direction do I think Stranger Things Season 5 will go? I think that it will be back to kind of like the creators have said, the Duffer Brothers have said. I think we're going back to the beginning in a way where the main kids are together, the main character groupings are together, as all things should be. The focus will be on the main characters, which is what I'm here for. In terms of where they're headed, I don't know. I think Vecna is clearly going to be coming back, and at the beginning of the end, as they sort of teased. It's going to be dark, I think, but it won't. I don't know. I think like 4 is going to be the darkest. Like this is going to be dark, but it's going to have like a triumphant ending where there's hope for the future, and it's going to give us clarity. So I think that that's where it's headed in a weird way. Game of Thrones, The Mandalorian. Look, that's so hard. I think that Game of Thrones is better than The Mandalorian right now. I mean, we have 8 seasons of that compared to the 2.5 we have of Mando. But The Mandalorian is my favorite character out of any of those, if that makes sense. All the Deadpool movies or Logan. I think the Logan's probably better. I need to rewatch them all, but Deadpool is so rewatchable. It's such a fun movie. I have not seen the Cornetto trilogy. Is that Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End? I haven't seen them. But yeah, I'll do like 1 or 2 more questions, so fire them off, and then I will wrap this live Q&A up. Went for almost an hour. They're always fun. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Be sure to hit that like button again if you guys are in here, and super chat. If you want a last-minute super chat, now would be the time to do it. 3 favorite movies. Good question, Robin. And these are just random. These change all the time. But right now, 3 of my favorite movies, not my top 3, but 3 of my favorite movies. I'll say Remember the Titans, Good Will Hunting, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. I won't say Star Wars this time just because, but those are 3 of mine. Yeah, I love Forrest Gump. It's one of the most iconic movies out there. I've seen it multiple times in my life, and it's great. From that day on, if I was going somewhere, I was running. It's just great. Hell yeah, Carson. Did you like it? Remember the Titans is great. I enjoyed Shazam too, and actually, if you guys want, you can watch my review right here. You guys should all go check it out right now, actually. Everyone in here, go click the link and go drop a like on my Shazam review. Comment your thoughts or expectations on Shazam. It would mean a lot to me. So go check out the Shazam review. Do you think Kreese can beat Rocky? It's so hard to like if Kreese just pulled up on him in the street fight, I think Kreese might have the upper hand. Rocky's a boxer. Kreese knows like a different type of fighting. It's so hard. I mean, people always ask, Rocky versus this Cobra Kai character. It's like, it's completely different. I feel like, yeah, I mean, I think karate is going to win most of the time, right? Boxing is just more strategic and, it's just different, I feel like karate has the upper hand. So, Mandalorian all day. I haven't seen The Flash. I've seen 1 episode, but that's all I need to know. Shazam 1 or 2. I think I don't know. I might prefer 1 just by a hair, but they're both pretty much the same. They're on the same playing field to me. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it, I think. Yeah, that'll do it. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out on this Thursday night. Enjoy March Madness or whatever entertainment you are watching tonight. Appreciate you guys taking some time out today to come hang out here on a Film Stock Live, and stay tuned for some more content I got coming soon. DC videos, John Wick videos, lots of stuff planned for the end of March and moving into April. So stay tuned for all of that. Again, hit that like button. It means a lot. And subscribe and hit that notification bell if you guys have not already. And again, I'll put the link in here one more time. Everyone go check out this review and go comment on it that you came from the live stream. And I will respond to that comment and let you know. It means a lot. So appreciate you guys. Have a great night. We went for about an hour here. Always a fun time. Stay tuned for the next stream, short live stream video, all that stuff coming relatively soon. And until next time.